Hello. Hello, hello. Jeremy Lastman here. I am live on the Conscious Leadership Network and my YouTube page. First off, don't forget to subscribe on wherever you're watching this. And if you're not familiar with me, my name is Jeremy Lastman. I am the founder and pioneer inventor of imagination technology. Imagination technology supports you to create the unimaginable. And it was really came about from me being a perfectionist and very neurotic guy. And it was how I focused and simplified all of the complexities of my life and all of the ways in which I didn't love myself, that I got in my own way, and a whole host of how the neuroses really affected me. And so I created imagination technology as a solution for myself, and now a solution for others who want to upgrade the performance of their brain into quantum. And it's a lot of fun. And so I'm really excited, really excited about today's topic. And if you're on live with me, make sure you say hi, leave a comment, drop a comment, who is with me. And then if you're catching the replay, I'd love to know as well. Looks like we got some people on right now. Hello, hello. And today's topic is having it all without doing what you don't want to do. And this one tickles this one tickles my inner rebel, because this is directly where it comes from, is the rebel and the rebellious spirit. Particularly the rebellious spirit around preference and asking the question, why the hell are we here on planet Earth? You know, getting big picture like that. Because I grew up, you know, we can look at different eras, you know, 1900s, 1800s, 1700s, 1990s, 2000s. And there is a common denominator about hard work, rightfully so. Like that's how shit gets done. But in particular for me, in this rebelliousness, there was an inner knowing or an inner desire around feeling like I knew, or at least thought I knew, a better way. And not just accepting at face value what they taught us growing up. I felt a discord, a dissonance, a misalignment on how we are meant to live a life and why we're living a life, and getting to those bigger questions about purpose and things like that. And there were times when I was growing up where I would get chided or punished by teachers or scolded around doing things that I thought were right, and they just didn't match what I was supposed to do. And that really rubbed me the wrong way in terms of like, but I didn't, there was no danger. I was okay. And so this rebellious spirit really was stewing from a long time ago. And in particular, as we get more precise on like business, which I think if you're on the Conscious Leadership Network as a leader, as a thought maker, change maker, entrepreneur, you know, the hustle and grind philosophy is very prevalent, and there is so much stress and anxiety and seriousness in the business realm and the world for that matter, but in particular, living via that negative energy, that stress, and wearing it like a badge of honor and pride because that's the way it's always been done kind of mentality. You know, that quote from Iron Man, that's how Dad did it, that's how America does it. So, you know, there's that so much time carried in that philosophy. And when I started to wake up to my preference, my desires, my purpose, and giving myself the permission to say, like, from an innovation standpoint, like, how do I want it to feel? Instead of, this is how it feels, kid. You got to live with the stress. That's how we do it. Like, I second guess that because I guess that's the rebellious spirit is to counter culture. Yeah, just trying to feel into that, like rebelliousness. It, to me, is childish. It's innocence. It's I see a better way. Let's put it like that. I see a better way. And as I started to dive more into energetics and metaphysics and my work with imagination technology, I saw from a big picture level what the bottlenecks of stress actually are from the perspective of information flow, from the flow of information throughout the body, mind, spirit, or the brain, from the physical to the metaphysical and beyond that, and seeing that negativity and stress, anxiety, illness, being these bottlenecks in passion. And in particular, seeing it from an energetic perspective, because everything is frequencies, that all of these are very low frequency dynamics, because that's why they're so heavy and burdensome, is they exist in a more survival fear nervous system dynamic. And if you're unconscious to it, it's just going to be carried on, and that's the way life is. That's the way life is. But I couldn't accept that. My rebel could not accept that. And when I really looked and investigated into myself about, well, how if life is not supposed to be stressful all the time and complex and shallow, like just negative all the time, well, then how is it supposed to be? And that got me closer and closer to passion, and really asking myself, what is passion, from a place of purpose and pleasure, genius, creativity, fuel. What is it as a fuel? because when I see stressed out people and hustling and grinding and forcing, it doesn't seem fun. It is not fun to me. And yes, there is a reason for it, because you're trying to get to an end destination. And then when you get there, you're still stressed as fuck because you got to get to the next one and the next one. And it's a loop of these low frequency energies that keep us in that nervous system survival and, pressure. And when I looked at it as passion, to me, it was bottlenecks. It was constrictions of pipelines. The passion is trying to get through, but this philosophy is making it get stuck, because it's converting all the love of passion into seriousness. And it's like this passion wants to flow so powerfully in a high performance way, but then it hits these philosophies in our mind of, it has to be this way, it has to be in this box, it has to be this label, it has to look this way, and you have to control it, and da-da-da-da-da. And that just going, squeezing that pipe of passion, and then it's like, I'm so stressed, and you're just living like that, and you're getting sick, but you're make-believing this philosophy that it has to be that way, and so you're a proponent of it, you're propelling it, you're looping it in yourself as a feedback, because you're believing these illusions. You're believing these philosophies that are from centuries ago. So much, they're so old and so dictating on survival of the fittest, and survival and safety and security, and these value systems that worked back then to survive. But in this age, this technological age, it's like if we only had radios nowadays and no TVs. It's like that. It's like we have this TV now, but you can only run a radio. Like that's the metaphor here, is like all of those old philosophies and programs were designed for an era where they applied, and they've just been carried on and remembered and passed down as the way it has to be. But then rebels come along, and innovators and pioneers, and they say, no, it doesn't have to be that way. Here's a new way. Life can be orgasmic. Life can be passion. Life can be fun and play, and more like a child living in reality than this burdensome, sick adult that is fighting against a system that no longer resonates with the times. Because the technological age has given us so much comfort and spaciousness and abilities and power and resources and connection and speed and everything that technology allows, but we're still in that old paradigm, still running from this place of, I'm still not survived. That's what it's saying, is even with all these resources and technology, I'm still not surviving, and thus stress. I'm not because it's more and more neurotic. We're so intelligent, but this old operating system has become so bloated. That's the word, bloated. And we're like literally trying to run Windows 95 when we have all this new computing power available to us that is accessible when you make that upgrade into quantum mechanics, into quantum computing, into getting away from the ones and zeros of information and survival and into the fuel and the purification and the refinement of passion itself. It's a new game, ladies and gentlemen, and humans out there alike. And when that is the new force, the new flow state, that you shift attention from survival to mastery, then it becomes so much easier to see why you don't have to do things you don't want to do. That's the magic sauce there. Because it just takes the courage, the confidence, the trust in the flow of your passion to listen to that versus the survival of whatever it is you're working on, or whatever it is that you have to do, or supposed to do, or need to do to survive. So it applies all the way to the needs level of the body, but also in the neurotic level of the mind, where the survival stuff is blowing up into work, into everything that we're working on, into everything that we were told to do or is being told to us as like, this is the way you do it. This is the way you do it. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. And then it's not fun anymore. And then your passion gets drained. And then you have no energy. And then you get sick. And you're just a proponent of this old system, when the frequencies, they want to be up here and in the fun and play and the orgasms of creativity and passion and discovery and curiosity and it's not even just high vibe from that kind of just being there, but it's a self-awareness of your dream. This is your dream, that you get to live however you prefer when you're self-aware of the game that you're playing. It's a game. And when that is applied, and then the hardware and the software can be along with that, and then your own discipline of the mastery is with that, so you can get more and more precise, then the smorgasbord of all the possibilities now give you, oh, well, I don't have to do that then, because that's not what I want to do. And you're listening to yourself and trusting yourself and having the courage to say fuck it to the old systems. And then you're going to be a role model and live from that passion, fun, pleasure, edge of your consciousness, instead of merely focusing on the survival of the body. And that's where things take off. That's where things light up. So let me know if you have any comments on that. There is a link in the description to the Conscious Leadership Network. It's an electrified place where this lifestyle or this way is being demonstrated, and you get to show up and grow into that authority of yourself and practice it and be it and collaborate with other like minds that are doing the same thing, and you get to be a part of this movement to change reality and to start your own movements and a whole host of other things. Once you're inside, you'll see. And yes, I will see you next week. It has been fun. Of course, I would not do it if it wasn't, of course. And I will see you next week, next Wednesday. See you later.